Yes. Father? Nicholas, I got your messages. Yes, I've been concerned. Obviously. What's happened? I have something to tell you. Please listen with an open mind.
Something pretty interesting in that newspaper. Oh, yeah. The big crime bust happened last night. Really? Didn't get a chance to see it today. Laura? What is it? It's the date. Today's my anniversary of the flu.
Hey. Hi. That wouldn't be an invitation to your sister's wedding, would it? I'm afraid it is. So just how worried are you about Bobby marrying this guy?
Don't get me started on Jerry Jacks. I wasn't even thinking about that. I just realized today's my wedding anniversary.
You know, I always knew you were crazy about Laura, but somehow I never actually believed you'd end up marrying her.
Neither did I till the day of the wedding.
What'd you do with Scotty Baldwin?
Nothing. Man, he lurked around till we left town. Of course, that isn't the version he tells.
What version does he tell?
But I stole his wife.
Didn't you?
Maybe. I've always wanted what I couldn't have. You know, some people say if you can't have it, you shouldn't want it. You should just let it go. What do you think?
Wow. How could that happen? How could it all of a sudden be my anniversary with Luke and I didn't even see it coming?
Maybe you didn't want to see it.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. I just still can't believe that we weren't able to work things out. We were so happy that day, you know? We were finally together and nothing could stop us.
Yeah. And, you know, when you're so young, it's all just so intense. Especially love. It can make you sore, or it can stop you cold.
That once-in-a-lifetime love. The one that you've heard about ever since you were old enough to understand. The one that you waited for and dreamed about. How come nobody ever tells us that that one might not last?
Do you suppose it was so intense because we were so young, or because it was the first time?
But it wasn't really for me. I mean, I'd like to think that I loved Scotty. I mean, I married him.
Yeah. So what was it about Luke that made him the one that finally pulled the rug out from under you?
I never met anyone like him before. And I never will again. Not that, you know, lessens what I have with Stefan.
Oh, no, I know, it's just not the first time, huh?
Yeah.
Do you suppose that our memories play tricks on us and kind of elevate that first love feeling above what it really was?
Or maybe the unspoken rule about the once-in-a-lifetime love is that it can't sustain itself. Give it time, a little disappointment, and it fades away.
Whatever it is you want to tell me, I don't want to hear. Because I know the next words out of your mouth are going to be, it was for your own good. The way you lied about being my uncle as opposed to my father. The way you lied about my grandmother Leslie being dead. And now about my own mother not loving me. If you want to do something for me, stop doing things for my own good.
I only wanted to warn you that Helena has fully recovered. She is now the prime suspect in Catherine's murder.
You were right about her faking her paralysis.
My plan is to recant my confession, which means, unfortunately, the authorities will want to re-interview you.
About Catherine.
Helena ordered Catherine to seduce you, to taunt me. But I doubt those instructions included trapping you into marriage by pretending to be pregnant.
So Helena decided it was time to protect me? So she rose from her sickbed and decided to push Catherine to her death? Fine. I'll make sure to tell whoever asks that I'm my grandmother's motive for murder.
Nicholas.
Yeah.
Despite what you said, I would do anything to keep you and your mother from harm. You have any idea how much I love you?
Good. I'm glad you're both here. The reason for this meeting is so that we can get our stories straight, so we can get rid of Helena once and for all.
If it'll put Helena on trial for murder, yes, I'll testify in nauseating detail on about how Catherine seduced me on Helena's orders and every other little trick she pulled that I fell for.
Good. I'm going to portray Catherine as a vainglorious manipulator who underestimated the invalid she was bragging to. Is that going to be a problem for you?
No.
Okay. And finally, that Helena has always claimed to be your protector, looking out for your best interests. Will you agree to that under oath?
Yes. Anything else?
No, I'll call you if there is.
And as far as that question you asked, the answer is yes, I do know. You just make it hard to live with sometimes.
What does he know?
That is between my son and me.
He knows that you're responsible for Helena's so-called paralysis, doesn't he?
Nicholas has no idea of your ridiculous speculations, nor is there any reason he should. There is no proof.
Stefan, if you did this, as far as I'm concerned, you deserve a medal. You don't have to worry about me. I'm not going to breathe a word. I am, after all, Cassadine.
By the power vested in me by the authority of the state of New York, I pronounce that they are husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
anniversary, Angel. I'm so glad I ran into you. When I put this coat on tonight, I realized that Lulu must have slipped this little guy in my pocket when I visited her the other day.
Oh, that's where that went. She's been missing an awful lot. Well, I guess I should be going, huh?
I guess so.
Bye.
Bye. See ya.
Stefan, I know how hard this must be for you. But that document is legitimate. The original blood test states that Nicholas isn't your son.
This document is a fake. I don't know why you had it drawn, but you will pay the consequences for this.
It was in the same strong box as our father's will.
Take that worthless forgery and get out.
I can't do that, Stefan, because it isn't a forgery. It's the truth.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
As usual, the timing is so perfect.
Really? Why?
Because we need help with these decorations.
Isn't decorating the hall the groom's responsibility?
Sorry, I got things to do.
Hmm.
I've got to put the final touches on our honeymoon.
Where are we going?
We'll find out everything tomorrow, right after the ceremony. Just trust me. It'll be magnificent.
Okay, just promise me we're not spending 2 weeks in a diving bell.
You never know. See you later.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Did you want these somewhere special or is it dealer's choice?
Well, actually, I wanted them in the hall, but I'm not sure we have enough garlands.
You're right. I can go get some more.
Only if you're sure you don't mind.
No, I don't mind. Hey, you two be nice now.
Okay.
All right.
What do you suppose she meant by that?
I don't know. Maybe she meant I might say something negative about your wedding. You might take it the wrong way.
Luke, I love him.
I know, Barbara. But how do you feel about Jerry?
I get it. This is about Roy again, isn't it?
Yeah, well.
Well, for your information, Roy got beaten up last night, which means he's gone back to his old life, something I'm really not interested in. Look, Luke, 20 years ago, I was in love with Roy, okay? And maybe if things had turned out differently, we would still be together. But you know what? You can't rewrite history. So, stop with the not-so-thinly veiled suggestions, okay? Roy is over, and Jerry is my life now.
You really believe that?
Yes, I do.
All right. Then I'll do my best to believe it, too, because, baby sister, I just want you to be happy.
I know.
Yeah, you know. Okay. All right. Is there anything I can do apart from garlands and stuff? I'll do it.
Hi. Yeah. I can do that. Sure. No problem. Did you really mean what you just said?
About what?
About doing anything you can to help.
You staged an elaborate hoax to convince me Catherine was my sister. You allowed me to stand trial for a crime you yourself committed. Why would I believe you?
I don't have a motive for wanting Nicholas to be the prince. In fact, I was going to find my father's will, and I found this document. I was going to claim my inheritance.
I don't understand your duplicity, but I can assure you it will not be successful.
All right. Let me just explain the events as I understand them, and if you don't believe me, we'll just try something else.
Explain.
Okay. When Laura found out that she was pregnant, Helena obviously suspected that she was being unfaithful to Stavros with you, and then when you ordered those blood tests To determine Nicholas's parentage, she intercepted the results and substituted them with a report that you were Nicholas's biological father.
For what purpose?
To trick you into loving him so that you wouldn't resent him, you would protect him as if he were your own. This way, it would ensure that Nicholas would inherit the entire estate. Now, what Helena didn't count on was that Nicholas would find out what appeared to be the truth, that you were the biological father.
Assuming you're correct, why didn't Helena say anything at that time?
Because she didn't have the influence that she wanted over him at the time. See, her plan, the way that I can figure it, is that she was trying to ingratiate herself to him over a period of time. And then when she was sure that she had his loyalty, then she'd tell him that he was the prince. But now the whole thing is just blown out of the water, and we're all just going to have to deal with it.
How much did she give you?
What?
I can recognize Helena's handiwork when I see it. You have your price. She obviously met it.
Helena knows about the results. And if she doesn't, she will. And she's going to hurt you with them. I just wanted you to be prepared.
Alexis, you know how easily this can be disproved.
Of course I know how easily it can be disproved.
Do you wish to amend anything you've told me?
No, I don't. I'm sorry, but it's the truth.
This cannot be.
I'm sorry, Stefan. I know how much you love Nicholas.
Couldn't possibly know. No one could.
Thank you for meeting me. Would you like to grab a table inside?
Frankly, Commissioner, I would prefer that you get right to the point.
Okay. If you don't come up with a better suspect, I'm charging you with Catherine's murder.
Who else knows about this?
No one.
I need your promise that it will stay that way.
What about Nicholas?
He, most of all, must never know.
But he's the legitimate prince. Isn't that what he's been groomed for? Isn't that what you've always wanted for him?
That's not what Nicholas wants for himself. When he discovered that he was my son, not royalty, it was as if a great burden had been lifted from him. I will not take that away from him, Alexis. I will not allow him to slip backwards.
That is not going to happen because you will be there to support him.
Should this information be revealed, there's no guarantee Nicholas will ever turn to me for anything.
That is never going to happen. Whether you're his father or his uncle, it doesn't matter at this point.
There's no need for us to discuss this further.
You should tell him.